Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today I am going to be doing a quick concert review for a band that I was seeing for the first time, and that is the Steep Canyon Rangers, who are a bluegrass-based band out of Asheville and Brevard, North Carolina. They've been around about 25 years now, though they've really kind of come into prominence because of comedian and musician Steve Martin. Now, the Steep Canyon Rangers have been backing Steve Martin, I believe, since 2009 on some of his bluegrass and musical-based albums. And as he tours the country, often with Martin Short, the other comedian, they use the Steep Canyon Rangers as musical interludes. They'll play music before the show, like as an opener, as a warm-up in the traditional stand-up comedy tradition of having, music kind of intermingled with the comedy. Now, I just saw them play again for the first time this past Friday in Charlottesville, Virginia, at the Jefferson Theater. I've talked about the Jefferson 2 or 3 times. I've seen the Zombies, British invasion group, there twice, and I've seen Mike Campbell and the Dirty Knobs there about a year and a half ago. This was an interesting show. I went with my fiance and her parents, and it was a gift that she had gotten her dad for Christmas, and we decided, to kind of make it an event with the four of us going. So it's a standing room only venue. Well, it's a general admission venue. Most of the space is for standing room, though there are balcony seats. You just kind of do a first come, first serve. We were up in the second row, center of the balcony, so a great view. Small venue, I think built in 1912, has been renovated into this beautiful concert venue. Look it up, the Jefferson Theater in Charlottesville. It's a really pretty place, but we went and had a really good time. Again, I did not know really any of the Steep Canyon Rangers music, other than occasionally hearing them in clips and this and that. They are currently touring. I guess I've got my laptop open here as well. They're currently touring behind their 2023 album Morning Shift, which was on Yep Rock Records. It looks like they've been on Yep Rock since 2019. And before that, they were on Ramser Records. That is where the Avett brothers were a big part of Ramser. They were on Rounder Records for a long time before that, and then Rebel Records, Bonfire, and then looks like they had their own label in 2001 for their debut album. But all the guys in the band are multifaceted, multi-talented. Several lead singers. They have two founding members. They have Graham Sharp on banjo. He played some harmonica. He had like an electric banjo that he played with a humbucker on it. He does harmony and sings lead. He has a bass voice. And then Mike Mike Gugino, maybe Guggino. He is the mandolin player, also sings harmonies. They have a longtime fiddle player, Nicky Sanders, and I'll get to him in a minute. He's been with them for the last 21 years. And then rounding out, you have Mike Ashworth on the drums, Barrett Smith on the bass since 2018, and Aaron Burdett, who is the newest member starting in 2022 as the main lead singer and rhythm guitar player. He took over for Woody Platt, who was the lead singer from 2000 until 2022. And funny enough, I was never, the times that I'd heard Steep Canyon Rangers, Woody's voice never fully did it for me. Now, hearing Aaron play at this show was really kind of eye-opening, and I really, really enjoyed his singing, his playing. He played some electric guitar as well as the acoustic guitar. So it was kind of, genre bending, if you will, that they had electric guitars. Obviously, they have, they had drums, but then they did traditional bluegrass setups where the drummer left the kit. He played dobro on a couple of songs, did some background singing and that sort of thing. So again, they kind of spanned that genre of where bluegrass is going with country rock, bluegrass. It's kind of all mixed in together, and kind of that modern setting. But it was a really good show. Nicky Sanders on the fiddle. That dude is a force to be reckoned with. He's, playing insane fiddle licks. He's running up and down the stage. You think that he's going to, trip over wires. And, it was just really, really full of energy. Again, all the guys that were singing were great. Again, Barrett on the bass. I really enjoyed his voice. Uh, Again, I enjoyed Aaron's voice. I enjoyed Graham's voice. Graham's was probably the most country sounding out of any of them. Like imagine kind of like a deeper kind of Randy Travis ish kind of voice, but all the guys were fantastic. They did a kind of a cool segue from one of their songs into the Allman Brothers band instrumental tune Jessica, where they were playing it on banjo, but the banjo sounded like an electric guitar because he had it plugged in and had all sorts of effects on it. And then they closed with one of my favorite songs ever from one of my favorite albums, from one of my favorite groups, from the best supergroup of all time. They finished the encore with End of the Line by the Traveling Wilburys. And so that was a really cool surprise for me. And I've seen since then on YouTube, that they have played that for a couple of years now. But it was a great show. Obviously an older crowd. It was funny. There was a lady, probably 80 or older, sitting two people beside me, and where we were sitting, the spotlights on the stage were kind of right at eye level at certain points, and that was a bit distracting. And she yelled from the balcony after the first song, could you please turn off your spots? We can't see you. And obviously the band is not responsible for the lights. She was also saying it through a protective mask, so her voice was muffled as it was anyway. So it's funny to go to these shows and you're with people that don't go to shows and don't understand the things that could happen at a show. But again, really good crowd. I don't believe it was sold out, but it was pretty. It was comfortable. It was a comfortable crowd. I'll say that it wasn't sold out, so it didn't feel claustrophobic. But Steep Canyon Rangers it's really really a fun show. And yeah, I recommend you go to see them because they change their set list up. They do covers that you would know, and their songs are also really good. And this current lineup is really something. So let me know what y'all think. Let me know if you know the Steep Canyon Rangers. I really enjoyed it. And yeah, talk to me in the comments. All right. In the meantime, y'all be good. Take care. We'll see you in the next one. Bye now.